Excuse me, sorry. Need like a all right. Welcome back. Let me just adjust a little bit. It's always good to adjust. Of course, it's giving me an issue today. It's all right. Anyways, welcome back. We are here playing with Midjourney and drawing. I am still working on I'm still working on the piece that I was working on earlier this week. It's been quite interesting journey trying to draw the word selection that ChatGPT gave me, which reminds me. So I had 15 words. I've only done 10 of them, and it's getting quite crowded. I can continue on or I can start over. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do there. Made a decision about that. But let's go over the project real quick and then we'll jump back into it. So here's our project. I have drawn all of this so far. And I drew it off of just generating a bunch of random words with ChatGPT. So I asked it to generate 15 random people, places, or things. And so it gave me 15 random people, places, or things. The first one was carousel, which I drew in this area. Then I had astronaut, which I put astronaut sitting there. The next word was waterfall, so I did a waterfall coming down the side of the carousel. Then there was backpack, which was easy, just stuck that in the corner. Magician came out right here, pulling a rabbit out of nothing. And then I needed a treehouse, which ended up here on this little poster. What else do we have? Surfboard. Surfboard ended up here, but I also ended up putting a little surfer here, riding the wave coming down. Could also probably put a surfer out here, make it real surf heavy. Then lighthouse, which kind of was tough. I didn't know what to do. I threw a lighthouse here, and I put one up here. And then detective was the last one that I had to do, which we ended here. All that being said, we are gonna go over and look at the Midjourney one, which we've been kind of working on, trying to get this into descriptive words. This is as far as we've gotten with our astronaut, which is here, which if you look at my drawing, I have my astronaut here, and in Midjourney's version, which you cannot see. Oh, I can't do that. I can do this though. There we go. A little on the job fixing. As you can see, my astronaut and their astronaut, it's close enough. It's on the carousel. I like it. But it didn't get the waterfall. I wasn't able to get falling water. So I'm still working on that. A lot of with Midjourney, it's about using the right descriptive words and cutting out the correct chunk. So that's the last. So if we go back to varied region, we can look at it. This is the last chunk that I had cut out. So maybe I cut out too much and I've put in waterfall, and our results, we got nothing. I redid it, and our results were as weird as they possibly could be. Let me, just for example's sake, let me upscale these. I haven't been making the YouTube videos for the galleries for these lately. I just feel like maybe it's not the best use of my time. But if you like those, let me know, and I'll keep putting those together. Not a waterfall. Completely melted our carousel. Not what we wanted. Not a waterfall. A tree sitting on a table. What is this? This is even close to what we wanted. I have no idea what this mummy coming out of the ground is. And this creepy man with his hand in his paw. That doesn't look right. All things about this, no go for me. And then some kind of, I don't know, duck. Some kind of duck sitting on a chair. So very random. So let's go back. So waterfall may not be possible to be gotten. Let's try something else. So we can't get the waterfall. But maybe we can. Maybe we can get the waterfall in a different. Let's try to get as close as we can. Okay, so let's select, use our select tool. I know with, and we can try this, we can go into the Photoshop version and see what's what. Pegasus, right? We had that was on there. Oh, no P. Looks weird. Pegasus on carousel horse. Do I know how to spell carousel now? No, I don't. I was excited because I figured like you would learn, but because I cannot read. That still looks wrong. Oh, you. I did spell it right the first time. Trust myself. I trust no one, especially myself. Okay. The next set of words are doable. I think I might just finish up the next set of words. Don't know them. We'll see. this varied region doesn't work. And I would say if like I was doing this on the smaller plan, or if I use this a lot, this might be quite annoying to keep having to do. I wonder if there's any tips on how to use varied region better. Probably something I need to look into, because that didn't do anything. Didn't do it. It didn't do a thing. Should I try to redo it? What am I gonna do? Should I like command it more? Does it need more like add a forward facing forward facing Pegasus carousel horse with its wings spread wide. I mean, we can see if that works. Oh no, it's gonna freak it out. Maybe not. Maybe it'll force it to do it. Failing here, Midjourney. All right, let's see if imagine a children's carousel with an astronaut. Where's my ass? Astronaut riding a rocket as one. I don't even know what you call it. Start riding a rocket and a Pegasus with its wings spread in front of a market. In front of a market entrance, doors. Okay, so, well, that wasn't even a word. Neither was that. The real problem is I can never have my keyboard in the same place because my two studios change in between each other, so it gets difficult to type. Anyways, should we get to drawing? Maybe I have to start over with this project. Maybe like days in between. Oh no. Maybe I'm just not good at prompting. Like if you want random, I can do it. Just like roll of the dice, these might be cool, but they're all a little bit off. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll try something else. Anyways, so I could start, let's see, what can I do? I could start a new one. I kind of want to finish this one. I don't think maybe I'm gonna have to look up some different things about Midjourney and like getting prompts to really work. But it does say this generative fill is kind of like, or it's not the best. Just for the sake of argument tonight. Let's see something. I'll move this over real quick. Oh no. See, it isn't so. Don't make it so big. What am I working on? Let's see, open. Oh, this is gonna blind everyone. Here. Let me put you over onto. First of all, we don't want to look at all this stuff anyways. Come on. Why is it the same size? Thank you. File. No, I need to save that thing. Let's save the carousel. Let's see how well Photoshop does it. And let's do the big one. See the big size one. Save it. We're gonna save it on the desktop today. Test one. Save. Alright, we are going to then pop into Photoshop. We are going to open. We are going to run to the desktop. We're going to do test one. It's going to open it. So now supposedly generative fill is built in. You don't have to be on the beta test to see it. Let's close this. Scoot this back over to where it needs to go. And we're going to bring up Photoshop. Alright, so now that we're in Photoshop, it says that we can just use generative fill like you can draw an outline of what you want, which seems pretty crazy to me that you could draw an outline. But let's do our best to draw an outline of what I have. Right? So there's an astronaut. Now this is a lot of work to do. Holding onto the post. And he's riding a rocket ship. This might look a little crazy. No, it's alright. It's alright. Rocket ship. I'm like, I would have known how to draw the silhouette if I hadn't already drawn the picture. Okay. Then it says I can do generative fill. And I want to put an astronaut riding a rocket ship carousel horse? That just is going to confuse it. Attached to the carousel. Let's see if it'll generate anything. You can write prompts in more than 100 different languages, says Photoshop. Whoa! That's not bad. That's not bad. That's the best we've gotten. So definitely we're seeing a little bit better results with Photoshop. Okay, let's now for the real test. The Pegasus. So I'm going to do a real terrible job of doing the outline of this Pegasus. Not on purpose, because I don't think I know what I'm doing. So, some hooves. His legs are up, remember? So I know it looks like a flying pig right now. I'm hoping. Oh. I'm hoping. I know he's not facing the right way, but it's closer than anything that I've gotten so far. Pegasus. I can't even spell these words. It's just killing me. Facing forward with its wings spread. Okay. The rest of the generations were really bad. It's not great. Oh dear. That's some sort of strange bird. Too much. Let's try this one. Trim file says by deleting unused variations. Perfect for managing those high-res images. Dang. Should read. Maybe I can make this smaller. You can read what it says. Well, it's oh no, I've lost it. That's what happens when you're managing lots of windows. I cannot do it. Alright. So nothing. Again. Okay, there's a delete button in the corner of these. That makes it easy. So supposedly I can drop back down to this layer. And if I don't like this one, I can regenerate. For more precise control. Oh, oh man, that one's even better. He's still not turned the right way, but oh, don't delete too many of them. These were the ones we didn't like. I like that one. Turned to the right. Let's see if he can turn to the right. Nope, he's still not turned to the right. He just wants to face that way. Whoops. Keep deleting them by accident. Don't like that one. That one's okay. But this one's better. We'll see if what it says. Astronaut riding the rocket like a cowboy riding a horse. Attached to the carousel. Maybe I don't. I think I do need that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not really doing much of a difference. Riding the rocket like a cowboy on a horse. Comma facing right. Let's see if that generates. To remove content, try generating without prompt. We'll find selection based on its surroundings. And it might just be the shape that I drew it in is really awkward. Huh. He's writing it like completely backwards. It doesn't look very astronaut-y. One's okay. I still like the Rocketeer the best. Still like the Rocketeer the best. Still, we didn't get the Pegasus, so let's try to do like more of a general shape then. Instead of such an exact shape. We want it to be here. We want it to like go out here. And we're going to generate some content here. We're going to Pegasus. We're just going to just leave it there. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I'm not going to get to any drawing tonight. Which is fine too. always happens. Everyone shows up at the end of the stream, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm done with this project for tonight. So did we get any generations? That blue thing. It just does not like this shape. The issue with this is like really matching the styles together, and even though that you can do a lot with like AI, like it's still like takes a lot of work to get exactly what you want. A lot of trial and error. And like even then still you're gonna have to take this in and like fix it. So it's not a great plan. Can be done. You put it painted on the wall. Oh. Oh man, it's close. Oh. Not bad, except where is this post? Let's try again. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, I could put wings on AI, on a horse. I think this one. This is not bad. Let's try that. Alright. Put wings on a carousel horse on the carousel in this picture. Let's see if it generates. It's very specific. I mean, there at least is a carousel horse there. Just pretty janky. I don't know. Whew, that took a lot of work. It took about a half hour's worth of work just to even get it to not be great at all. So I got another 5 words. Let's see if I can get them all done in the next hour. And maybe over the weekend I'll add ink and I'll color. I really was thinking of adding ink tonight. But let's put Midjourney away for now. let's put Photoshop actually, because we're working in Photoshop. Yeah, the market looks good, but that's created in Midjourney. So I don't know. I like this astronaut a little bit better still. Everything said and done, even without the rocket, I kind of like him better. But still, he wants to face that way, like in every picture. Those ones made no sense, and starting over didn't work for us. So let's get back to our last. We only have 5 more words, and we have about, I don't know, 45 minutes left on this episode of the Midjourney experiment. But I did want to touch briefly on that before we head on over. The nice thing about this is that we shouldn't have any zoom problems. I think I fixed that. The lighting could be better, but we're working on things like that. So I was thinking about starting a new one and copying out and just using, not setting out to do the 15, but we're going to do the 15 and we're going to get it done, and it's going to be fantastic. Or maybe not, but we're going to try to get it done. So we have, let's just to recap, we have carousel, we have astronaut, we have waterfall, we have backpack, we have something bothering me in my mustache. We have backpack, we have magician, we have tree house right here, little tiny poster, it says save a tree. We have Pegasus, which I put over here. What else do we have? We have lighthouse, one here, and we have another one here, and we have detective, which was our last one, which I drew this Sherlock Holmes character here. It would be nice if there's a little bit of shadow under him, give him a little bit more dimension. He looks like he's inside the door, which might be a cool look if I drew the door opening and him kind of coming out. Get rid of his hat and stuff, but let's not worry about that now. That's going back over things. Let's move forward. So the last 5 words. The first one is hot air balloon. And I feel like a hot air balloon can go anywhere, really. So let's just put, my issue is I still have this lamp from the lighthouse, which I'm not going to use. So I'm going to get rid of this real quick. And hopefully when we get done with this, it'll all have some weird story, but who knows? It's probably not going to. But we're going to give it our best shot. So hot air balloon, let's put it right here. Hot air balloons are pretty easy to draw. You got the basket where the people are. You can put a little lip on that basket, easy. Drop a couple ropes, you know. And then those usually have some sandbags attached to them, right? Just adding detail to any of your artwork, work, anything. You'll find that it's quite rewarding. Okay, next you're gonna have that fire thingy. But for that fire thingy, probably called, it's probably not called the engine. Excuse me. do so much talking to myself. It gets hard to do after a while. Okay. What was I doing? I was drawing the hot air balloon. So then usually I believe the hot air balloon has like a little ring that goes around the engine. And then that ring gets redistributed, the ropes from the hot air balloon back to the hot air balloon, and then the hot air balloon can go and do its thing. I really should have left room for a frame for this one, but this is the first attempt, so we're just playing around, just trying to make sure the camera's working right, and you know, everything else is on par. So I don't know if the ropes go around. I don't think conventionally. I don't know anything about hot air balloons, really. But I'm okay with all of the hot air balloon madness. I should have erased. Why did I not erase before I started drawing in the lines? They have these erasing stencils too, which are probably really nice. I have seen people cut their erasers, these things, but still I feel like this is kind of a flimsy basis to, I mean, if you're just working normally, this is great to use. Just, you know, erase massive amounts of things. When I go back in and ink this, I'll use this and just erase stuff. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in this that if I erased it and cleaned it up, it would look much better. But there's no reason to spend a whole lot of time doing that if you're going to re-ink it. And it all depends on how you decide to do that. There's so many ways to do that now. You can take a picture of it on your iPad, then take it into Procreate, and I might do that next week. I mean, I can show you how to design a piece of art all the way through from Procreate to like pretty much any medium at this point. So I'm gonna just quick draw our hot air balloon in. And thanks for joining us. I know it's Friday, and usually people do things on Friday, but we're here just making things happen. So there's our hot air balloon. Easy. This waterfall really took up a lot of real estate, and I didn't really realize that until I got into it. Anyways, our next one is sushi. Where am I going to put the sushi? I mean, I could cheat and just draw signs of sushi, right? Could be sushi supermarket or something. Super sushi supermarket. Whoa, that's hard to say. Super sushi supermarket. Super sushi superstore. That would be a better one. It will look good colored in. Erase after inking. Yeah, you have to let the ink dry, of course. It's really bad when you get impatient and you don't let the ink dry. Like, you ruin all your work. Like I said, running digitally after drawing out your idea is not a bad way to go. I just don't know if going from digital to more digital with less control. I guess they'd have to see which is easier, going forwards or backwards in the design process. I feel like Midjourney definitely has its perks because it can make logos and stuff and really good ideas and kind of help generate ideas, but I don't know if it's good at like making exact things. Maybe I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But so many things to learn in a day. Alright, so where were we? Oh, the next word. It was sushi. How are we gonna draw sushi? Where is it gonna go? I mean, the only real good place for it is on the side. Susie's Super Sushi Supermarket. That's a lot of S's to write on a board. But like I can make it like designed so it looks like it should be there, right? Fish are a weird looking thing, you know? Like, what is a fish? Just like one big solid muscle with like this weird, I mean, there's a fish. This fish needs to be dead. Because it's a supermarket. It's a supermarket of fish. It's a fish market. That's not a bad fish. I like it. But I wasn't supposed to draw a fish. I needed to draw sushi. But my plan was to like design it so nope, that's not gonna work. Now it looks like there's two cannons behind him. Okay, start over. Tom Sushi Mart. Yeah, Tom's is easy. It's a good 3-letter word. Alright, we'll use Tom's Sushi Mart. But I need to draw some sushi. Now, sushi isn't hard to draw. Let's draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sushi rolls. Sitting in a tree. Excuse me. I definitely breathed down the wrong way. All right. Sushi rolls. And we're gonna add a little bit of carrot. Hold on, I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. Oh, that always messes with the mic. Sorry about that. Alright, back to our sushi rolls. Let's just give them a little bit of texture. They're going to be on a square plate. A lot of times sushi comes on a square plate. We're going to have like a little green blob of wasabi. We have a couple of leaves of ginger over here. And, you know, we'll probably have some chopsticks laying over them. like so. So you have that. And that's all we really had to draw was the sushi. Maybe the chopsticks can be together. And then we're going to do Tom's. Tom's. Oh, we're going to run out of room. Oh, see what happens when you start running out of room. Your letters start looking real weird. Tom's. Let's just put Tom's Market. I'll probably fix it later, but let's not get stuck on the small things. So there's our sushi. Okay, what else do we have? The next one we have is Wizard. Okay, we're going to put a wizard right here. So wizard's beard. Should we put a wizard riding the Pegasus? Maybe. Let's see what it forms here. The wizard needs the wizard's hat. Does a wizard's hat just look like a dunce cap? Wizards always have really bushy eyebrows for some reason. No, sorry, I'm drawing crooked. But let's not like get into the facial features just yet. Let's get his head like kind of worked out. And how's his body hanging in here? Okay, so we need to draw okay, I got it. I know what I'm gonna do. It's getting real crowded in that corner. It's getting real crowded everywhere on this picture. We're just gonna go for it. Just get it done so we can move on and start the next project. Most of the time wizards are just noses. We're gonna make some, just cut out some real quick detail. Excuse me. Sorry everyone. Let's cut out some quick details. Usually wizards have long hair too. So beard to hair. And beards are like puffy, they're not straight down like that. Anyways, usually they grow underneath the cheekbone, underneath the mustache, so you don't want to forget too high. You gotta think about all these things when you're drawing stuff. Now you might have a little mouth right here. Really bushy eyebrows. Wizards always have bushy eyebrows for some reason. And a cloak. Oh man, he's a huge wizard. How did he come out so big? He's gonna look like a micro wizard. Maybe don't make his arms that long. And they have like a cinched belt, right? Now I'm getting rid of a lot of backpack. I know. But it's not like really anything of my doing. Pegasus wing is still going to be in front. I could put the backpack in front of his leg, but the perspective is going to be a little bit off. Why is he standing behind the thing? He's probably trying to cast a spell. So that's the next thing we gotta draw in. Oh man, the perspective is all off. It's all good though. The funny thing about perspective is that, like, it's okay to take up space as long as the mind can, like, justify why it's there. Your brain does some pretty amazing things by itself. Like, as it creates patterns and it sees shape, it really wants to see what it wants to see. Our wizard's not great. The carousel cuts off his eye. He's not riding. He's just standing behind his backpack. So nothing back here. He's just creeping behind the carousel. Creases in his robe. Oh man, he looks like such a clan member. But that's probably why they call them wizards. Grand. He needs to look like a wizard though. Make his hat a little bit floppier and give it a little bit more character. That's a good thing about drawing, is like once you get the shape in, you know what's going on, you're pretty good to go. Just continue drawing, fixing it, making it look better. That eye looks so much better. This one, nose bridge we can probably erase in the middle. Give him his other eye. Also make it look like it's looking up. But then take that eye out. Put his beard in. Give him some ears. Oh, those are terrible ears. Give him some long hair. You know, now you got yourself a wizard. Maybe he's not the greatest wizard, but he's also not the worst. Yeah, that's who I always think about. I always think about Archimedes from The Sword in the Stone too, that crazy old owl. He's always such a complainer. I haven't seen The Sword in the Stone in a long time. Yeah, that's true. If you ask where to put something, give those watching time to make suggestions. Putting the wizard in the hot air balloon kills two birds with one stone because someone needs to be in the hot air balloon. True. Sorry, I'm not rushing. I'm just not waiting for everyone to raise their hand. Yeah. The wizard would have gone well in the hot air balloon. I can see what's coming next. And I could have put the wizard in the hot air balloon. I just feel like two tiny people right next to each other doesn't make for the best. Okay, anyways. So, wizard would have been fine in the hot air balloon. But just giving a little bit of shading. I kind of want to put the stars on it from like Mickey Mouse. I did a really cool lawn gnome that is no longer with us. Somebody might have it, but I don't have it. So yeah. Alright, cool. Tom's Market. Okay, the last one. 2 more to do, and it is 9:04. Let's try to get through this. It's not going to be easy. So the next one is castle. Where am I going to put a castle? I know where the next one goes, but I don't know where a castle goes. Draw something in the foreground. Castle in the sky. Yeah. What if I could build a little sand castle somewhere? It has no rhyme or reason to be here, but Sandcastle's so difficult to draw. Because in reality, there's a lot of dimension to a sandcastle. But those kids have those cups, you know, that you can just make the stamp. Like somehow when you turn them over, they look like a little castle. So that's what I'm trying to recreate. Now I need the foot of the lighthouse for something else coming up here. So maybe I'm gonna put two dugout little doors in our sandcastle. How do you draw sand? You put dots in it, probably? Probably breaking up the side. And again, puts a little bit of things over there. That probably has no line in it. So there we go, there's a really bad sand castle. Probably dig a hole out of this part too, since it's done. The water was flowing this way too. Could make a moat, but that's just making things overly complicated. If you put it by the lighthouse, you could make a castle made of sand. Yeah, could do that. Alright, well, since I already have our little sand castle, and the last one I need to do is pirate ship. So the pirate ship I'm going to have to put here, down here on the bottom. That's going to be the best place for it. And boy, do I hate pirate ships, eh? Because I don't... They're... The way they... Oh, and I can't turn it. So this is going to be real interesting. Okay, so the way they look is kind of crazy. The side of them goes... They have a top of the ship. And then it goes down a set of stairs, and then they have the middle side part of the ship, and then it stays there. So this also follows the same idea, and it's not going to be shipwrecked, but it's going to go behind this. It's still going to be in front of that. Okay, let's continue to erase. Let's get rid of this guy's feet. Let's get rid of everything that's in here, really. And I can make this shipwrecked, which will help. But we'll see. Let's get to... There's the water and the cliff and the other cliff. These I think should go pretty much straight down at some point, where we like... Man, this really all needs to be cleaned up, but that's not what the live session is for. We are just going to continue to add a few things. All right, pirate ship. The bow has some like depth to it, though. You know what I mean? Like it's not just flat. Because usually there's like a maiden on the front of it. It's like a. And it's hard to draw from memory. It's much easier to kind of like get a little bit of help from some visuals, but we're just gonna wing it. So we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna draw that line. That line's gonna come all the way out, I think, because let's just give it a look-see. We're just gonna draw it in quick. So like if that was the handrail, the front of the ship looked like this, and this side was also the handrail. You gotta draw everything in pieces. It's also the handrail, right? And then you have two sets of stairs, so there'd be a railing here and handrail going down the outside of this. You got a railing here that would follow the outside of this, right? Then you probably have a mast here. And that mast, I think it would go something like this. That's okay if we draw it shipwreck because it won't matter. But then this railing probably goes down, down, down. So it needs to still stay on the straight, I believe. And then comes across here, we have more railing. So we're just going to draw this in quick. And then on this side, we're going to also put more railing. Okay, and then you have the mainsail. Oh dear. But I could always make the mainsail broken. I don't know how it would end up like this. And then you have the back, which does the same thing, but it gets wider for like the captain's quarters and things. You got the same set of staircase. So it just depends if I want to put that mainsail in or not. The sail's like ripped in the wind. But the reason why it's a pirate ship is because of the mainsail. If it's broken and laying. Broken and laying like this. And that would help me keep it out of the way. But the pirate flag is not going to be visible. Unless we're going to have to cheat it. probably should have made that the back, and I still actually can. I just have to change up a few things, but like this could easily square off, and I can put the captain's helm back here. You know, just depending on what I want to do. But most importantly, it's a pirate ship, so we gotta put the pirate flag. It's gonna be our number one priority. Skull and crossbones. There's a lot of detail in this that is not going to come through well when we color it in. It's true, I could have the sails tied up. Still hard to draw sails tied up. I think the sails are going to be tattered. Just ropes hanging down. I don't know, it'd be pretty lucky to land on that, but we could make it look more realistic. Make it split down the middle. And I landed in there. Whew. All right. I think that's gonna be it for this one. Wow, that was just a lot of work for this one. And they probably laid the planks for the floor the other way, but I'm not super worried. I'm never super worried. So here, oh, now I'm super worried. I can sit here and touch this up all night, but I'm not gonna do that tonight because it's Friday and I know everyone's got things to do. So maybe I'll stick around and touch it up, but probably do it in the comfort of not the studio right now. Although I'm having a lot of fun with having it all up and running and working. All the cameras and things are working correctly. I'm gonna put that there. This one's gonna be broken off on this side. This is gonna nicely sit in that V. Very unbelievable, but could happen. Just lucky set of events. We're probably gonna have like ropes hanging from them. But there's our pirate flag with its little crossbones. Leaning dangerously close. We could, put some detail into this. Right. The more detail you add, the more fun you have with it. But I don't know about you guys, but this week has been exhausting. We have broken pieces of wood. Because it's crashed into the rocks. Gotta give it some point of impact. In the wave to give it a little bit more depth. And encroaching forward. We're going to finish that wave into that corner. Which is great. Alright, well, that was fun. It was a good time. So in total, there are 15 things that are supposed to be on here. Man, it gets so busy. I think 15 might be too many to do in the future. I should stick to less. But there's going to be some added detail to all these, which will give them a little bit more character on. Like, I know the sand will look better if I put some dots in it. It'll look more sand-like. But those all have to just be erased when I go in and use the dark outline. Man, this is still there from like the center post of the original carousel. I really want to learn how to like highlight water better. So I guess this one's going to be practice run at doing that. Yeah, anyways, I think that's going to be it for this one. We have done a lot of episodes of Midjourney at this point. We are now starting to have fun with playing with drawing, which I'm really just using this as some practice time so I can get better, but testing my limits on what I can draw, and I don't know, is AI going to help us at this point, or is it just going to distract us? Are we better at just drawing things by hand, or how should we be doing it? What kind of tools are out there for us to use? So today we just use the pencil, the good old pencil, and the good old eraser, but we're going to try a couple different things next week. Maybe I'll get out the old iPad and try to draw something on the iPad. A little bit more forgiving with its double tap and its ability to erase things. So that's always nice. I mean, we always have the old school. And I always like these two because you can usually find a pencil pretty much anywhere, or writing utensil of some sort. Next week I also might introduce a small game where either the audience picks or I roll the dice to decide what kind of material I'm going to be using for the day, whether it'll be colored pencils or Sharpies or I don't know. It just depends on if I can find 6 different types of medium, and I'm sure I can. I do want to stay away from paint, but I could possibly put paint in there. I do have plenty of paint. Just paint takes a while to dry, and don't think it translates super well in the live stream, but it could always be something that we do work on. Anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. I hope everyone had a great week. We're getting close to, we're going to start the last week of September, and we're going to head into October and then the winter months. So maybe we're going to, that's another thing. I might ramp up and do every day in October to do Inktober, and do it properly this year, and do all the ink drawings within an hour. So no pencil, all ink. I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't want to commit. Yeah, I have markers as well. I have alcohol-based markers, so we can do alcohol-based markers. So yeah, Halloween is coming up, which is also, Inktober usually will fall into the Halloween category where it'll do something themed. I know that the actual traditional one is released by day, so that you can't pre-draw it. You only have the day to draw it. So we'll be out here celebrating that and be trying to do Inktober, maybe for the first year all the way through. Each year I try to do it, but life gets busy and it's hard to draw every day. But we're gonna really try to push through that, and maybe October I'll start doing a small stream every day. But we'll see. That's a lot for everyone else to keep up with, and that's a lot for me to work on as the side work. Anyways, I hope everyone out there has a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. It's been great having some audience feedback. I'm sorry I haven't been waiting as long. There is a little bit of a lag, so I always want to get these streams finished before it becomes too late. Anyways, everyone have a great night. Good night, Kylie and other viewers out there. Hope to see you guys again on Monday. All right, and peace.